everyone. I just wanted to quickly just pop on here and say hi and just say I'm sorry for not posting a whole lot of videos lately. Um, if you've been following me on social media, you know that I've had some things come up and what have you, so I haven't really felt like it, to be honest. But I am back to show you my Project Life album. I'm working in a 9 by 12 one right now, and I kind of just wrote about that and why on my blog. So if you don't follow me on there, you should check it out because I probably explain things better on there than in these videos. So let me just get started and show you what I got. Okay, so this is my 9 by 12 album that I got at Studio Calico. Super cute, and I'm really loving working in this size. So I really like this album. It's kind of has like a fabric cover. I'm scuffing it up a little bit, so I kind of hate that, but it's just a sign of being loved. But anyways, let me just go ahead and take you on the inside and show you what I have done. I might have to open the page protectors to show you some things in a little more detail. So, okay. So this, I started out with this acetate sheet that I thought it was just so cute. It was at Michael's, and it's just really pretty. So I just liked how it, I don't know, it just kind of started out the album and has all kinds of words and stuff on here. So I thought that was pretty. So I just punched some holes in it after I cut it to size, and I just put it in here. And then I made this page here with all these little, I don't typically cut my photos down to this size. I think it might be maybe like 2 by 2 or something like that. And I don't usually have my photos in that size, so I kind of like to use these for stuff like this. So I used my fuse tool and just kind of like fused in some sequins and some little pieces here. I really like, I have these frames, they're Heidi Swap frames, and I just put this little wood veneer in here that I thought was really cute. You know, you can see it, just bits and pieces of things. This one actually isn't shut, but yeah, anyways, you can see. But I just put like a bow in the wood piece and just filled in some of the spots. So I thought that was kind of a fun opener too, and I really like how it looks against the next page. It's kind of see-through, but it still all matches, so I like that. And this is where the album kind of begins with the month. I didn't put anything in there, but that's just because I kind of like the bow, just how it sat on top of there, but whatever. Some of the journaling cards that I used this month are the Inspire collection, I guess. I don't know, they're really cute, and I like the sewing and stuff on them. But yeah, here's some of my flowers, and this was just a view that I got my new Click magazine in the mail, and so I was enjoying it with some coffee, stuff like that. So this day I was craving pizza. Let me tell you, we stopped buying pizza, like from, you know, pizza places. Like we stopped ordering it probably a year ago when I started doing like the 21-day fix exercises. My diet has completely changed, and I can't really process stuff like that so well anymore because I'm not used to it. Done a lot of clean eating and stuff. So we make our own all the time, but I was craving it so badly. And we usually use these flatbread crusts, and they're really good, and it's just easy to pop in the oven, but I didn't have that. So Nadia and I just got to work, and we made a pizza together, and it was just really fun. So on this one, you know what, let me just open this so I'll put these like close-ups on my blog too so you can see. But I did this little overlay in Photoshop, and I thought that was fun. It just says the Mama and Nadia Pizzeria. It says homemade dough, freshly picked basil, and shredded mozzarella. Just used all the fresh ingredients that we had. And I put I love you more than pizza. And I just had some of these photos here. Turned out really good. And you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be able to get them back in place very easily, so I might just toss them. For some of these page protectors, I just wanted to say, because I saw this, it wasn't completely punched out. I have a lot of them left over that are 12 by 12 because I used to do the 12 by 12 Project Life albums, and I I just cut them down. That's all I did. I just cut them down. Um, and if I had to use my fuse tool to fuse the sides of them, then that's what I did. So I actually made some of the page protectors for this because I couldn't really find the 9x12 ones outside of the Studio Calico website, which kind of stinks. Maybe I should have looked into that before, but, and they're all out of stock. So I had to just use what I had, which I'm glad that I was able to do that. And I had tons left over. So that's basically what I'm doing. So anyways, I just wrote some journaling on there. I haven't written down the recipe yet because I have to look it up again, but I have this card that says recipe 4, and then just some pictures there of us having fun. I put rated 5 stars. Anyways, and then on this side, this is what, sorry for the glare, this is what this one looks like. She was being super cute in the morning. Her little lambs, she got this little lamb, and then she has Lammy as always. And she was just all cuddled up with them in our spare bedroom. She was in the guest bed, and it was just so cute. So I took a lot of photos of her that morning because it was just adorable, you know. And I really like this color scheme too, this beautiful, like these pastels and stuff. I thought they were so cute. So sometimes, like I said before, I journal on top of the photo, and then I print it out all together there. Did like a little shaker here on this side, and I love this one. It's just so darling, isn't it? So anyways, that is that. This side on this spread, we went to the thrift store, or not the thrift store, the antique mall that's around, and we just drove there and just to look around because sometimes it's fun. So I made this page, and the man that owns the store, he was kind of like tickled pink with Nadia, and he gave her this old teddy bear. He just gave it to her, and it was just so sweet. So that's the teddy bear. And then I put their business card, and then I just flipped it up here in this journaling card, and then I wrote a little journaling there. There was this really cool old like public telephone booth. It was huge, and he said if you hooked it up it would still work. But Nadia was sitting in there, and I took a picture of her. She was pretending to call, or she thought she was calling my mom to tell her about how she got the bear. It's cute. So then I just took some photos here of just some of the stuff. I love old typewriters. I think they're so cool. So I made that page. And then they had this at the counter. So of course I took one and just clipped on what we did buy. And this page is just kind of like I don't know, just a mix of stuff that we did this week. Like she came home from school with a medal, and she wore it all day, and for the next day and the next day. What's it say? Gold medal student. It was cute. Then we did our toenails together. I do quick drawing sometimes, just whenever I'm feeling like whatever. I give myself like 3 minutes, and I just get out my brush pen, and I just hurry up and I draw a face. I've been kind of playing around with the Jane Davenport book, Beautiful Faces, and I kind of have my own spin on things. So I do like a 5-minute face. It's just like quirky and fun. This is just one of the books that I made. That one was actually going to my sister. This spread here, we went to the zoo, and we have a zoo membership. So we went to the zoo, and it was a really great day. So I just have some pictures here. Nadia looking in the aquarium. That's her favorite. The little penguin. Penguin was looking at me. I have this nice little overlay that I like to put on top of stuff. So I put it over top of the jellyfish picture, and I put this is adorable because the polar bear had a baby cub, and I just thought they were cute. So I got a nice photo of them. Then here's the zoo map. I just punched holes and stuck it in there. And then I just journaled a little bit and just stuck it on this. And this one says, this picture makes me smile, and has I put a little tab, and you can just lift it up. And there's the 2 elephants. Those were fun. This page, I really like this one. It says, like mother, like daughter. And I wrote a letter to her on this. Sorry. I wrote a letter to her on this photo here. that I took of her. And sorry the lighting keeps changing. It's one of those days where the sun comes out and then goes behind the cloud and whatever. But it was Mother's Day, so actually this is the first really bulky thing I stuck in the book, but it's a frame. They were at I think in the bins at Michael's. I don't know, but I got one of those, or some of them, and I just put it on here on the outside, and just put a Happy Mother's Day on the inside. Picture of me and Nadia. She made me a flower pot at school. It's right here. Decorated it. This is just a little acetate that I put in there. It just says love this day. This I shared on Instagram, and so I just took the screenshot, or is it Facebook? I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I took a screenshot and I printed it out there. It's just my, I don't know, it's just so random. Sometimes I like to do this. Like, you know how you change the screens on your phones? I just liked it because it matched. It says love you always, but put that there. This is just a game she was playing. I take too long to explain because I'm not even sure how to explain it, but we were having fun with that. And then I just wrote about how on Mother's Day she made a flower pot and colored me a picture with cats because she knows me well. This is what the next spread looks like together. Like that. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay. So I went outside very quickly to take a picture of something or other, and I looked back at the door and I found this, her just pressing her face up against the door. And so I was glad I had my camera because I thought it was funny. So I just wrote about that, and I put those in a spread because I thought that was so cute. This one was just kind of funny. One of our cats, well, two of them, they don't really get along that well. And Roz chased up this kitty into a tree. And I thought they came down, and because I couldn't see him. It's because he blends in so well with the white birch tree. And I just thought that was so funny. Just up there. Couldn't even see him for a while. He was so quiet. But anyways, I put this thing that says, take a leap of faith. No, seriously, please climb down yourself. Because he was pretty high up there. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to get out an extension ladder to get our cat down again. But I put I spy with my little eye, a kitty cat climbing high. I made this journaling card. I just drew that. And then here I did something different. I had this journaling card, and I folded over the sides, and then I just stuck this tag in the pocket, and I just wrote about that. So that's on the outside, because I still like to put stuff on the outsides of these. So let's see here. This page, it was just a day. We were grilling and stuff outside, so she was playing with Dr. Drill and Phil. I don't know how many of you ever had a Dr. Drill and Phil when you were growing up. I know they make like the newer ones now, but this was mine. And I promise you, this is the most ridiculous thing you might ever hear, but this is the reason why I even went to dental school. I had so much fun playing with Dr. Drill and Phil that I went to be a hygienist. So anyways, yeah, as it turns out, not the same as working on Dr. Drill and Phil, which is why I don't do it anymore. And I just have this picture here, and she was just standing here by this old ladder, and I thought that was cute. Oh gosh. This is where I'm going to struggle. Okay, this journaling card says heart and soul, and I had this picture here because I thought they were super cute. This is our cat Soul Patch. He just died. But anyways, he was so cute in these pictures. He was climbing up my husband's leg because if you stop petting him for even just a second, he'll immediately jump up like this. And I thought that was so cute. So I thought this journaling card was perfect. It says heart and soul. So I wrote that there. Okay. I'm going to pause. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. So, okay. This is, I shared this on, social media too, like I always do. My hair was so awful. Oh my gosh. It was so scraggly and everything, and I cut it myself usually. But I went to get it cut because it needed done. And every single time I get my hair cut, I'm always just like, it'll grow back, right? Like, and I never learn. So Sterling card says keep it simple, and so I put I'll never learn, and I just wrote about that, how I always go overboard. But it's growing, so it's not like it's bad. It's just it takes me a while to get used to having shorter hair again. And then on this side, this is a sticker book. It's by Melissa and Doug. It's not even, it's like one of those reusable sticker books, but my sister got it for Nadia a while back, and she was playing with it again. And I had one of these whenever, or she got it for her because we had one when we were kids and we loved it. And so, she bought it for her, but it was cracking me up what she was doing. Like, she was making this like gallery wall almost with just like random stuff on it, and it's something we seriously have in our house. Uh, and then she was putting cats all over everything. I was like, it like stuff knocked over. I was like, oh my gosh, I think she's making our house. But it made me laugh. So, anyways, I put that in there. Took a picture of it. This was a kind of a crappy day. We were having some issues. They got cleared up, so it's not really. But it's nice to document some of the, the crummy things too. But I never really do big spreads. But some of these, they always come with these big page protectors. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of stink at doing big, like large spreads sometimes that are neat and not like totally messy. And this is the best I could do. So I tried it out and I had fun. Use my little fringe scissors there for that, and I don't know, it's fun. But it's one thing, you know, you can't always document all the good stuff. You gotta do the crummy things too. I'm not gonna talk about this very much because I just spent a few minutes just trying to calm down the last page, but it was fun to show. Here's some photos of my sweet soul patch, and we are very, very grateful for the time that we had together. He was a really good cat, so yeah, that's about all I can say about that. Okay, so on this side, wow, the lighting just got really dark. I hope you can still see. Actually, let me move this up again. I don't know why I keep putting it back. I didn't take photos for days and days and days and days and days. I was really, this messed me up. So, it was really nice to laugh again. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like really hard to laugh whenever you're grieving, but then there's certain things that just make you laugh and you just feel just like so like, oh my gosh, it's like healing. So I have this, it says, thanks for making me laugh. And I put some things here, like a text message between my two sisters and I. It had me just like, oh, I was howling. A conversation that I had with my husband, because it was funny. And then this one with Nadia. I'll read this one. She was making this shape with her hands. And she was like, Mama, what shape is this? And I said, it's like a diamond, you know? And she looks back at me like I was like the stupidest person ever. If you could just see the look on her face. And she asked me again, what shape is this? I said, it's a diamond. I don't know. And she looks and she says, it's a rhombus. And I was like, okay. All right. That's great. Preschooler passing me up in basic geometry. So anyways, I thought that was just so funny because that's Nadia right there. It's just typical. Okay, so this is Soul Patch's brother. He had a brother and a sister. Sister is going to my mother-in-law. She kind of adopted her, and the brother is very feral, didn't really want us to touch him, be around, whatever, but he was totally normal cat, the one that was up in the tree, you know. Totally normal cat, nice, you know, just would come around and eat a little bit and then whatever, do his thing. But it was not like really like, you don't go and pet the cat. But for whatever reason, since Soul Patch died, he's been like almost like replacing all of the antics and stuff. And he, like, as you can see, like he's completely warmed up to me and everybody really. And I heard him purr, and Soul Patch had this beautiful purr I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a whistle, and I heard him make the same sound, and it just like made me cry. So I was just like, oh my gosh, he has it too. And it's like he's filling in, you know, some of the little gaps, and it's just kind of nice. He's such a sweet cat. So we named him. He kind of had like a mohawk type of thing, and since we name our cats really weird stuff, we were like, I was calling him Mohawk for a while, but then we thought Soul Patch had a bad eye. I think he was blind in one eye. We had to take care of that a while back, but I don't think he ever regained his vision again. And so kind of in honor of his brother, we named him Hawkeye. So like Mohawk, whatever, like he has a Mohawk hawk, and then eye for kind of like his brother to remember him. So his name is Hawkeye. Plus, my husband's a MASH fan, so it totally works out. So I just put welcome to the family, sweet Hawkeye. Thank you for joining us. And he's just such a gem. Man, we love our cats. Look, cats on like every page. Okay, so this one's just a Sunday. And I took a picture from like where I was standing, and then I was sitting here with Sweet Powder. He was just sitting there with me. Oh my gosh. And he was so cute. So I took a picture of him too. I stuck that there. This page, I won't even move it up too close because it's not really, you know, but, little boy that we sponsor through Compassion International. And I just wrote a little bit about it, and I have more to write, but keeping his, identity and stuff private. So I'm not writing it until I'm done doing all this stuff. So, this is a spread. This one I just put Dada and me because it's pictures of Nadia and Dana, and oh my gosh, it was just, they're so super cute. So, I took a camera in one night to her bedroom whenever he was reading her story and stuff. It was just cute. So I made this really, really cute page to just write about them and whatever, and I just thought it was fun. So I have that one. This page here is it was just an afternoon that we had. So I have this tag. I actually did this page in a process video that I just posted. So the back of this tag was white, so I just covered it up with a journaling card and then cut around it. That's how I kind of work with the other sides of the page. This is just Nadia dancing in the yard. I was belt sanding the porch, and she was picking flowers, irises, or Lammy was, I'm sorry. Lammy was picking irises for me. And then I wrote about this new game. I put this on Instagram too, so you can always go back and see what I was writing, but we were throwing stuff on the roof. And then here's the ones that I did on while I was, in the process video, and I was working on them when my parents came to visit and stuff. And so there's some pictures of us and Nadia, and we were at the park, and then made this little shaker pocket, says we all scream for, and then I have a picture of our favorite ice cream place, and yeah, there it is. That's that, and that's all I'm going to show you because then it moves into June. So I will do that in another video, and this one is already forever long, as always. And I think from now on, I'm just going to make shorter videos more often, because the whole 30-minute video thing is just like, I don't even think you guys sit through all of them. I can see the stats. There are very few people that last the whole time, and I'm okay with that. I understand that. So I'm just going to make shorter ones that are more easier to just take in all at once. So that is the end of this. I hope you enjoyed it. I really am loving working in this album, so I'm going to continue on for June and see how long I can go before this gets completely filled. So just thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. All right, bye.